What's up, Panko fam? There are so many high effort ways to build muscle, but we know those. Lift hard, eat protein, do it for years. But in this video, I want to go over the simple, low effort, quick changes you can make today that will make improvements on your gains. Because these seemingly small steps add up, and just one of them could be what brings your physique to the next level. Just one could be what takes you from a very good physique to your dream physique. To be clear, these are not hacks or shortcuts because those do not exist. But they are low effort tips people don't think about that are leaving gains on the table. Number 1, increase the training frequency, specifically of a lagging muscle. For me, my biceps are a lagging muscle. If you followed me for a while, you know I talk about that. So I recently started hitting them 3 times a week instead of the usual 2 times. We're all different genetically. We have certain muscles we easily grow and certain muscles we can't seem to grow no matter how hard we try. And we have different ideas of what our dream physique looks like. So grab a muscle you're really trying to get up and train it 3 times per week. But with low volume, just about 2 working sets each time, or 3. And yes, you could train every muscle 3 times per week with something like full body every other day. But I found it much more effective to limit that and have something like push-pull legs or Arnold, along with a certain muscle you prioritize with 3 times per week. I train my biceps Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Number 2, lower the volume. This sounds counterintuitive. Shouldn't you be doing more work for more gains? But that's not how it works. And a lot of times it's why people aren't making progress. They're not making progress, so they add more volume, but that just makes it even harder to recover. So they continue to not make progress, so they add more volume. And it's just a bad cycle. Your muscle only needs so much stimulus to grow. And then at a certain point, you're just increasing fatigue, making it harder to recover without actually increasing the stimulus much. That's why for all of my movements, I do 2 sets to failure, occasionally just 1 set to failure, and only 2 to 3 exercises per muscle group. So every time I post a routine like my whole chest day being just 5 working sets, everyone says, "Really? That's it?" Yes, that allows me to push with maximum intensity every single time. Number 3, improve sleep quality. Everyone knows about getting 8 hours of sleep. That's super obvious and super important for muscle gains. But what most people don't realize is that quality of sleep is as important, if not more important, than quantity of sleep. And more importantly, most people don't realize they're having bad sleep. Most people, including myself for years, think, I'm falling asleep, doesn't that mean I'm sleeping good? Sure, I had caffeine 3 hours before bed, but I fell asleep, so it's all good, right? But no, you can have a full 8 hours of sleep and still not be getting good sleep that will actually recover you and allow you to push with maximum intensity and hit those gains you need. So let's go over some tips. Don't touch caffeine for about 8 hours before bed. This has been a game changer for me. Sleep in a cool, dark room. End the day with something relaxing, journaling, walking. Don't get your heart rate up. Don't get your mind up with certain things like scrolling or intense video games. Instead, journal, read, go for a walk. Avoid screens for about an hour before bed. And you can also take certain supplements like magnesium glycinate. I wouldn't take melatonin every night because you don't want to rely on that, but when necessary, that can help too. There are many more tips, but my point is, don't just focus on getting enough sleep, focus on getting enough quality sleep. Number 4, take supplements other than creatine. Yes, creatine is the best, and we all know that. It is the best supplement for muscle growth and other benefits like cognitive health. Fish oil is one of the best. It helps with all of your general health, including your heart health. Zinc supports your immune system and can help maintain normal testosterone levels if you're low in zinc. Magnesium glycinate, one of the best absorbed forms of magnesium. It can improve sleep quality, like I mentioned earlier, muscle flexion, and improve your mood. And while we're on the topic of supplements and small things people don't realize, the general advice for creatine is 5 grams per day, and that's what 99% of people do. However, a lot of people would benefit from taking more. Taking more ensures you're maxing out its benefits, and evidence shows it takes more than 5 grams to get into that cognitive benefit. I personally take 10 to 15 grams per day, but that depends on certain factors like weight. And no, you're not going to lose your hair. Number 5, take at least 5 minutes before the gym to lock into the mentality of pushing with maximum intensity. Now, I'd heard this advice before and I completely rolled my eyes, but please just hear me out because since I started doing this, I've increased the intensity of my lifts dramatically, resulting in me increasing in strength and doing more reps on some exercises deep into the cut, which is pretty rare, and just enjoying the gym 10 times more, which is super important. The gym should be a fun part of your day. So let's get into it. Many bodybuilders have talked about the importance of mentality, especially on prep. And sure, you're probably not on prep right now, but it shows the importance of it. A bodybuilder on prep is not enjoying the gym as much. They have lower energy. And that's what's true for a lot of people. They're busy with work, they're tired after a long day. Maybe they don't naturally enjoy the gym that much or going through a rut where they're not enjoying it lately. So there are similarities. You should take notes from the mentality of a bodybuilder on prep. So I've recently started taking at least 5 minutes, often longer, like 20, 30 minutes, to watch edits of bodybuilders I'm inspired by, to go through pics of my old physique saying I need to get better than that, to reflect on why I want this. Just overall prepare myself to lock in. It can be any sort of motivation that works for you personally. But the idea is focusing on bodybuilding itself. You're not thinking of all your problems in life. You're not thinking about what you're going to do after the gym. No, you're thinking of how this bicep curl is going to feel. You're thinking of how you're going to level up your physique this workout, why you want to level up your physique. Every major athlete takes time before a competition, before a game to lock in. Every performer before performance takes time to lock in. So why should the gym be any different? You are about to do something that requires a lot of energy and a lot of focus. And the more focus and energy you have, the better results you'll have. Again, I rolled my eyes at this initially because I thought I'm already hitting maximum intensity, but once I tried it, it was a game changer. Number 6. These days we hear a lot about protein and recently even more about carbs. Yes, both of these are absolutely vital, and protein is king when it comes to building muscle. But since this video is about the smaller things people don't pay enough attention to, we gotta talk about healthy fats. Healthy fats will improve your hormones to ensure your testosterone is where it should be. Obviously, testosterone has a lot of other factors like sleep and so on. And you don't need a lot of fat, but adding in some, an avocado, whole eggs, can make every aspect of your routine better. The training, the sleep, the strength, the mentality, all improve with good testosterone. The general advice is about 20 to 35% of your weight in grams. And maintaining your testosterone is especially important if you're trying to get shredded. If you're on the bulk and feeling good and eating a lot, you likely don't need to worry about this at all. But if you're super low on the cut, keep in mind that you shouldn't completely ignore fats. And number 7, we all know about pre-workout carbs. I always have my banana, honey, and Rice Krispie before my lift. But don't forget about post-workout carbs to restore your glycogen. Don't just mindlessly spread out carbs throughout the day. Your carbs should mostly be right before your workout, 30 to 60 minutes if it's simple carbs, but slightly longer if it's complex carbs, and right after your workout. I've seen a lot of people recently say post-workout carbs are more important than anything. I strongly disagree. Protein is still way more important for building muscle than carbs. And pre-workout carbs are still slightly more important than post-workout carbs for building muscle. But still, when you finish your workout, when you push with maximum intensity, treat yourself to some carbs and protein right after. Those are my tips. I hope something in this video helped you in some way, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to respond. I really appreciate if you like and subscribe, and most importantly, stay locked in because we're all headed to the top and we're all building our dream physique together.